breaking the fourth wall.
Hey, the boys are on.
Woo!
Oh, radio boys.
My mic is all fucked up. I was supposed to leave the episode and then I tried to start and I couldn't. I'm alive. Hello, it's John Escudero. Nick obviously introduced himself, but I couldn't hear it. And boy Caesar. We're all here to discuss AEW Dynamite tonight. It was an okay episode, which was interesting.
It had moments.
It's the go home episode, so you wanted to be more than okay. It had a lot of the way they do things because of New Japan's schedule. You can't get everybody to show up until like the last week when they're already going to be in America. So a lot of the people finally showed up now, and that's kind of the hard part about building to Forbidden Door, which is interesting because when they had access to New Japan guys more frequently and they were making that jump over and they were heavily building the crossover to the Forbidden Door, people were complaining that there was too much New Japan on the show.
I remember that.
It was messing up the AEW of it all or whatever. It's like it's interesting how they we had the other thing, but it also was it wasn't as good. I guess we can go back to the heavy crossover. That was preferred for me anyway. But we finished this show tonight with the main event: Swerve, Strickland, and Will Ospreay versus Toa and I fucking forgot
Gates of Agony.
Damn it, the Gates of Agony, but I forgot the other one's name.
Khan.
Toa
Bishop
and Khan. Bishop Khan. It's
Bishop.
my fault for smoking marijuana frequently.
Bishop Khan has like million abdominal muscles.
And one.
Yeah.
More than Finn
It was
Balor.
pretty good. It was a pretty damn good match. I mean, it was you had the usual will they, won't they, could they coexist? That's pretty much what this was, and you got some interesting spots. Swerve Strickland doing like a springboard fucking swerve stomp to the outside, and it's kind of what you would expect from Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. Even though it's like a formulaic match, you just got better performers during the formulaic match, so you get cool moments and shit. But it was pretty paint by numbers. They win. Ospreay tries to do the fucking snatch the belt thing again, but Swerve will not have it this time.
Dude, he laid him out.
He knocked Ospreay the fuck out.
He's already at Forbidden Door. That's how hard he hit him.
Yeah, he knocked his ass out. So, what did you guys think of this main event match, this segment, and the pay-per-view on Sunday? Is it Sunday? Sunday. Yeah. What did you think? Nick?
Yo, this was definitely, all I could say, one of the go-home shows of all time. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. Main event-wise, though, and I think the crowd definitely woke up for this match in particular, because I know I did. Just everything that Swerve and Ospreay did, that captivated the whole audience. It was cool seeing the way that Toa and the Bishop, were able to come out and wear their respective ceremonial attires. That was really great. I like that touch.
That was.
And the two basically warriors going into the fray, big, strong attackers going up against the world champion and the guy you can easily build a company around. That was pretty solid. So especially too with the history that those guys have in particular with Swerve, I really like that combination for the match. The match itself wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that the match started at 10 to the hour, maybe.
Yeah, there was not much time left in the normal runtime.
What shit are we doing with this? I know it's a go-home show, but it just felt like they were like, okay, let's just get this on the TV, give them 15, and then call it a day. What did they give them, 20 minutes probably? Something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty average.
Yeah, pretty average, I agree. There were some cool spots here and there. There was moments where they thought they were going to clock each other, and they're like, oh, crap, I'm sorry. But I guess you could say it served its purpose, gave us some more excitement for the match on Sunday, and then that was it. So that's my take on it.
So yeah, this thing finally got personal and heated on the night before the show. I guess you still have Collision and they could do another segment, but this was probably it. And I know that match is gonna fucking rock. I think if I wasn't though, if I wasn't already like the way I am, I just love the matches. So I see the card and I can't wait for this pay-per-view. It's fucking sick.
It's
Good
if I
wrestling.
was if I wasn't already like sold on this card, I don't know that this show would have sold me
no,
on
right.
the pay-per-view.
it would have sold you on a good episode of the week, but not a go home episode. In all honesty,
Yeah, this did not feel like a go home episode of the show.
don't quote me on what episode this was. There was an episode, John, you said something along the lines of like the build-up can be complete shit, but the show will just be amazing. I don't remember when you said that, but you said it one time, or maybe Nick said it. Hey, I got it right this time. Yeah,
Hey.
one of you guys said it, and it was like it makes sense. The build-up will be like rocky, and then the show will just be like, woo, ha, like you know what I mean? Like it's
I mean, we've
it's
seen
weird.
that a lot of times over the years too. Like in particular, I remember WrestleMania 31 having a horrendous bill leading up to it, but the pay-per-view itself rocked. So I could easily see that. And look at all the talent that's going to be on the card for Forbidden Door at that. Like it's going to be a great show.
And there is probably a possibility of something happening on for Rampage and Collision to
Exactly.
put. I mean, what is it? They just announced, or no, I'll see that there's a match they announced tonight for Forbidden Door from a Japan entrant. I won't spoil until later, but that got announced tonight too, and it's like, whoa, we're getting spoiled.
Exactly. One of the things too I really liked, and we've mentioned a lot continuity in different shows. I really like Swerve. Ospreay got too silly. He tried to get too close to the glory. He grabbed Swerve's World Championship title, and when he grabbed it, Swerve said, anyone else tries that, or if you try that a second time, I'm going to body you. You're going to go in the grave. And that's exactly what happened.
Exactly. Just like I said, he hit him so hard he sent him to the Forbidden Door early.
Exactly.
That was a pretty cool. I mean, that was a pretty cool follow up to last week. He said he was going to do it. He did it. You love to see people follow through, especially champions. Personally, I am just excited for the wrestling match of it. I don't expect to see Ospreay take the belt on Sunday, and I do expect to see shenanigans cost him the title. He still got the Don Callis thing. He's still teasing the Tiger Driver 91. I imagine it's going to be a moment where he needs to do that damn Tiger Driver and he will refuse. And Don is going to be like, you stupid son of a bitch. Like, I'm so sick of your shit.
Bitch, just do it.
And they're going to jump his ass. And, it'll be a big ass moment at the end of this show. Imagine, though, we'll see on Sunday. I don't want to get into the whole prediction thing. We'll do that later tonight on the Dershi Radio flagship show. So tune in for that if you're up, and if not, catch that in the morning while on your way to work or something. At work, get paid to listen. That's what I like to do.
That's the way to do it.
That's actually the way to do it. Anyway, so we come back up to the beginning of the show. MJF made his way out to kind of promo, but he immediately gets interrupted by Daniel Garcia. They both got leather jackets on. I was like, that's interesting. Fucking basically MJF Daniel Garcia tells MJF that he knows he was going to come out here and talk shit about his town, but he actually wanted to come out here to do something nobody's ever done before. He wants to say nice things about MJF. He says he was inspired by him. His MJF had a conversation with him where he said he saw Garcia as a pillar of the company. And, eventually he fights him in a world title match. He loses, and that motivates him to be involved in all the things that he's been involved in since then. So MJF is like, man, that's really cool. I was going to ask your ass to come out. Anyway, he makes a challenge. MJF versus Daniel Garcia at Wembley Stadium. And I was like, what the fuck? That's weird. What did you guys think right here before, I guess, Ospreay came out and changed what was going on?
Ospreay came out?
What?
Out of the closet, right? No, but what did you guys think when they were like MJF versus Daniel Garcia? Did you really think this was going to happen, or did you expect?
Didn't know what to think. Like, it was cool that they came out and had like the back and forth with the promo, but that's all I was down for. And then the match, I was like, do I react to this? Should I be excited? So I didn't know how to proceed with that one.
Match-wise, I didn't even really know what to think of all that, but Garcia, though, was just dropping absolute bombs. That was some fire. He was shooting out there. He's a great promo, and I think this helps solidify him as a star. And if not currently, definitely down the road. Like, why settle for being a pillar when I can just be the backbone, the foundation? Oh, that was great.
I'm really glad to see him in the mix here. The ideal booking here would see Daniel Garcia. I get a fucking tongue twist all fucked up. Daniel Garcia end up with that international championship while Ospreay and MJF build towards a match at All In Wembley Stadium. That kind of makes sense to me. Daniel Garcia finally gets crowned. Ospreay and MJF does not need a title. That's like one of the biggest possible matches you can have in AEW right now. David Harris, glad Swerve finally put an end to that. Yeah, hell yeah, touching that damn title. Repping the leather jackets in honor of Vince Russo's fit, Who Killed WCW. I didn't watch Who Killed WCW, but the clips I've seen made sure that I never will. Anyway, getting back to Dynamite, Will Ospreay does make his way out here, and he fucking says, he's like, man, he doesn't even acknowledge any this Wembley Stadium shit. He's like, Daniel Garcia, you're so cool. I'm gonna give you a match next week. International title on the line. And if I win the world title, you can get a shot at that shit too. And MJF is like, what the fuck? Like, why did you just come out here?
Who invited you?
Why are you doing this? Like, I don't understand. And then he's pretty pissed off. He leaves. I think he rescinded his offer. I think he took his offer back. I don't think that
was being a troll, if anything.
I don't think that Wembley match is on the table anymore. But
you know what? This whole segment in particular, too, with MJF just getting all salty at Ospreay, I legitimately was thinking that for the Gates of Agony match, that Hechicero was going to be with them and MJF would come out and we'd still have a little bit of something there, but that didn't happen.
Nope.
I bet he was in Mexico or something. Probably busy.
After at the hotel.
I imagine we'll get some follow-up on Collision.
Increasing his IQ with books.
Yes. Content. Let's go. Neek is here, in fact, the Forbidden Doorman himself.
How you doing?
Excuse me.
The Forbidden Doorman.
So, yeah, Swerve is watching the whole thing from backstage, and he's like, man, Ospreay, you silly fucking fool. He's putting the world title on the line. And it isn't even yours yet. You got a problem with focusing. Well, you better be focused when we team up tonight in the main event. I was like, that's cool. So, 20-minute long segment to open AEW Dynamite here tonight. And it was very WWE Raw-like. Are you a fan of this?
Sure was WWE in here.
Mm-hmm. Beat me to that one.
I mean, I'm sure, personally, I thought that this was a good segment. I would have done MJF versus Daniel Garcia or something tonight, just big ass, just because it has that old AEW Dynamite feel. Like, we can get this awesome ass match out of nowhere. Fuck, oh shit, okay. I know people want to build to that 6 weeks from now, but the way AEW used to do things is why Dynamite used to feel like it was must see every week. And the only people who complained about the build were old people. Everybody else was like, fuck yeah, let's fucking go. Brian versus Kenny in 2 weeks. Fuck, let's do this shit. They just had the balls to do it and not listen. But it's a different climate now, I guess.
People got too vocal.
People are hostile towards the companies. They have to be careful. I get it, but I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of them doing this all the time. I appreciate the opening match. I'm a fan of the opening match.
Opening match was good. Opening segment, it wasn't bad by any means, but at the same time, like you said, John, this always used to lead to something in the very near future, if not the night of.
Yeah.
And then we really didn't see much else from Garcia, from MJF following this. And then Swerve and Ospreay, they had the main event. So that was a whole 2 hours later. And nothing Gates of Agony wise involved in here at all.
It's a damn hard job trying to balance all this shit, because I do think that MJF and Daniel Garcia could have used another segment tonight, at least 60 seconds backstage or something. But that, I guess, would take away from other things that you have to build towards tonight, which is probably why you shouldn't wait till the last fucking week to put matches together. Some of them, anyway. All of them, because some of these segments were necessary. And I'm like, I understand, but goddamn.
Especially too with like a Garcia in particular, because he's been running that storyline where he's just gonna take on anyone and everyone he can. So you could have easily thrown him in with even just like a lower echelon jobber, one of the lower card guys. Throw Angelico in there, give him just something, especially too. They're in New York of all places. Give Garcia a moment. Give MJF something else later in the show.
They have Garcia booked for a match on Collision against the Butcher. Buffalo versus Buffalo, the battle of Buffalo, the battle for Buffalo,
Buffalo wings.
Buffalo wings. Anyway,
that's our sponsor. Just kidding.
It's our sponsor tonight, Rick Ross and Wingstop. No, seriously though,
I wish.
So we followed that up with our opening match tonight, which was Blackpool Combat Club versus Los Ingobernables de Japón. I'm trying to find them. They're around here somewhere. There we go. John Moxley ends up swinging the chair and disqualifying BCC. He was really angry. I must have blinked and I missed what he was really mad about. Like why did he fucking hit Hiromu with a chair? He's just furious.
It was so random.
He's like, fuck it, splat. Anyway, so Naito makes his way out and he brawls Moxley out of the arena, and then Bryan and Shingo Takagi end up face to face because Bryan sees Shingo beating up on Yuta and he doesn't like that shit. But they'll be facing on these are this built to two matches at Forbidden Door: Shingo versus Bryan, Moxley versus Naito. I'm very excited for both matches. You don't need to do much to sell me on things like this. This is why I'm not like the average American wrestling fan. I don't need these segments. I don't really need any of this stuff. This is cool, though. This keeps me occupied on a Wednesday night. It gives me things to talk about with you gentlemen here. And these are nice. And I enjoy seeing Bryan and Shingo face-to-face like that with the graphic under them. It's really cool. It makes me happy.
They wanted to throw hands.
But I don't need that to sell me on this, What did you think of this match? This segment? The fucking match at the pay-per-view? What did you think, Caesar?
Honestly, I was stoked to see Hiromu. Like, he was going when he got in the ring there with Yuta. That was awesome to watch. Still kind of pissed Daryl didn't show. We don't know why, but what can you do?
Criminal, I told you, he can't cross the border, man.
He's a cat. What did he do?
Yeah, you trust cats? Bro, I love cats, but do you really trust them?
I mean, no.
You should.
But still.
You should.
But yeah, it was cool to see at least, T10 and Hiromu having some time on this side of the world instead of just seeing like clips that's posted from like the day before or after. It's cool to see them actually live and in living color. So that was awesome.
Very cool.
Your spot still confused me. Again,
which one?
The chair spot.
Oh yeah.
You're just yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll say that he was really angry that Naito was here backstage. My headcanon is that I guess Moxley knew Naito was backstage and he said, "Fuck all this shit." And he just swung a chair. Bring his ass out here.
I don't even care about the match. I just want to beat up Naito.
What'd you think, Nick?
You might call that a lunatic fringe.
Wow.
Oh, fuck you.
Hey, where's the kick button?
No, okay, please.
The band button.
No, please.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Nick?
I gotta say, number one, I'm always a fan of seeing Titan on the screen. Number two, you guys watched the match from Rampage with Shingo Takagi and AR Fox?
No.
I fucking missed it, and I want to watch it. It's still on my list. How was that? Was it a squash or was it?
Oh, it was great. AR Fox got to actually get in some good stuff, which is
awesome.
Makes me feel like Tony Khan's not that mad anymore.
That makes me happy. I don't think so, but that does make me happy. That does put a smile on my face.
Yeah, so it was a great showcase for both Fox and Takagi, and I love any reason to see Shingo on the screen as well. I know that probably made Greg very happy. But yeah, this match in particular was fun in the sense that it was just chaos, and that's exactly what you want from Los Ingobernables and a Blackpool Combat Club match. So I think all things considered, this was exactly what it needed to be. Again, this was nothing more than a point A to point B for a couple different matches going into Forbidden Door, but I enjoyed it for the chaos that it was.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, holy shit, man. The American Dragon versus the Dragon.
Yeah.
Shingo. Well, they start calling him the Japanese Dragon. I guess that's kind of like they've used that before, but nobody ever really uses that. But
Ooh, what if someone was using that, John? What if JD Drake was using that?
Ooh,
that's I think that'd be appropriation. But we'll let
Can you
it
imagine if that's what the JD and JD Drake stood for?
Japanese Dragon Drake.
Well, actually, it's long-term storytelling because when he was the Gaijin, you see.
Oh, fuck off. No, anyway, we follow that with the Owen Hart Cup match. Jay White defeating Ray Fenix. The Bang Bang Gang and the Lucha, basically just Pentagon. They were like arguing outside with steel chairs and shit, so they all got kicked out pretty fast. It was quite funny, actually.
Which, by the way, Rick Knox being efficient with kicking people out.
Yeah, right? Since when? They're fucking funny. They're over there making out with the trophy and humping it and shit.
That means they're losing.
Yeah, they're not winning that, but cool shit. Jay White defeats Ray Fenix. It was a really, really good TV match. Christian Cage came out afterwards.
That was out of nowhere.
Why? A little bit. If you've been...
I mean, like, the timing, like, when he came out, I thought he would have came out, like, mid-match or something, that'd be a distraction.
Because he'd been... he took out Buddy Murphy, and he was feuding with House of Black, so I knew he wanted the Trios Championship. I didn't think he'd confront them now because he's still feuding with House of Black. So I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. All right, they even addressed that Christian Cage and the Patriarchy are burning the candle at both ends, targeting two of the top teams in AEW, especially on Saturday nights on Collision, House of Black and, of course, the Bang Bang Gang.
They're trying to set up a 3-way trios match. That's nine
Trios
men.
trio?
It for 9 titles?
It can't be that hard. You figure it's it's a triple threat match, and then you tag in. It's 3-3.
I'm going to manifest something into the world.
What's that?
We're going to have a double pinfall in some way, separate those trios titles again.
Oh, fuck.
Aren't there technically 3 belts?
3-way bang. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now.
We're just getting silly. We appreciate too, chat. Hopefully all of you guys notice and love this part too, that the Bang Bang Gang, when someone comes out, like when Jay White came out, it was 1/4 of the Trios champions. I love that. So
1/4 of the Trios champions. They are lovely people. They all care about each other very much. That Bang Bang Gang. Gang bang.
Gang, 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 gang.
And we followed that up with a announcement from our lovely EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. They announced that the wild card entry in next week's Owen Hart Cup match against Jeff Jarrett has been inserted by the
Do we know?
Elite.
Any ideas?
Do we know? I feel like we had an idea before they said this, and then they said this to sell those last couple tickets for people that really like Hangman. That's how that really goes, you know. That's how AEW does the thing. They'll give you a really obvious hint. Like, hey, thing is happening next week. Tell your fucking mom.
Ask your mom.
You know, like, tell your mom.
It's probably
Hangman's here.
Hey, Mom!
Yeah, guess what?
Yeah, George Serrano says the same. Hangman, Adam Page. It's the only thing that makes sense. And there are people that are like angry about it. I've seen comments from people that are like, he's gonna beat Jeff Jarrett. He can't beat Jeff Jarrett. He's got that emotional story. I'm like, that's exactly why.
See, the question I have is like, if they're taking that route, or if they didn't take that route, who would you put in instead?
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
I want Hangman. I want it to be Hangman. It makes logical sense for it to be Hangman, and I just think about it. Walk with me here. Like, just ride this all the way through real fast, right? What's the bracket look like?
Yeah, we need to pop that. I was trying to pull that up to look for it.
It's
I have it in my
White
brain
versus
I'm sick. Anyway.
Lethal, or White versus Jarrett or Wildcard.
So Jay White versus Jarrett or Wildcard, and then the other side you have versus Brian or Shingo. Now imagine Brian's gonna win that
Brian
match.
Cutler.
So we'll get Brian versus Pac next week, and then
I agree with George here. Brandon Cutler.
He's taking the whole tournament too. Watch.
That would be that. That would be
Such a
catastrophic.
Part.
That would be catastrophic. Anyway, I feel like we get. Let's say it's Hangman. It is Hangman. You'll get Hangman versus Pac. So now Hangman has this dream ending bracket. He ended Jeff Jarrett's Owen Hart dream. He'll end Pac's Wembley dream in the UK. And he can finally get his revenge on fucking Swerve Strickland, this baby threatening piece of shit at Wembley.
Man. You know what else confirms to me that it is Hangman?
What's that?
Dynamite Beach breaks in Chicago.
Oh shit! You're right. He's gonna get ultimate heat. He's gonna get so much heat. Oh, that's so good. They're gonna chant CM Punk, and people are gonna be like, "You see that they're chanting CM Punk?" Like, you fuck. That's exactly what they want. Like, they want people to be really fucking pissed at Hangman. They want to draw on that heat. He said, Does Brandon Cutler have a move called the critical roll up? If not, missed opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, he needs that.
I'm pretty sure he does. I think his career like hit his peak when he did the Dungeons and Dragon cosplay, and he had that big loser versus loser match against
Avalon.
That was like peak AEW Dark. Those are the good fucking days.
Back when Dark had their own stuff going on.
God, I miss that. People never knew what they had, and I always said, you don't know what the fuck you have. This is a great thing. It's great for talent. It's great for everything. And everybody's like, oh, why are you watching AEW Dark? Now they talk like they fucking miss it. You weren't there. You weren't there. You weren't there when Acclaim just became a thing, and we were like, oh shit, this is gonna work. You wasn't with us. What like George is asking the real questions. What will Hangman's hair situation be?
Nothing.
Facial hair.
Bald, clean shaven.
He's coming out with the racist chops. You know that, right? He'll
dye his facial hair like dark
as fuck. Anyway, so like I said, you got Hangman. You got the Hangman side of the bracket that's like dream ending. Boom. Ends Jarrett's dream. Ends Pac's dream.
Ends Jarrett.
Goes to Wembley. And then on the other side, so that leaves you with
Jeff Jarrett, the winner of Jeff Jarrett versus the wild card is going to take on Jay White.
Yeah. Oh fuck. So he kills Jay White, and then he kills Pac in the finals.
Yeah. Which that works out too, because remember, Hangman's associated with the Elite, who's working with Christian Cage, who hates Jay White.
That also works. You're right. But you still has to end Pac's dream at in the finals. So that makes you that begs the question, like, what happens to Brian? Well, I'm fucking still on the idea that that Brian's gonna get costed this match somehow. My dream is that it's Nigel McGuinness, but we'll see. We'll see, because I have this fucking fantasy that Nigel and Brian would have one final match in the United Kingdom in Wembley Stadium. One, because Nigel deserves it, and if he worked really hard for it, then this should be his little last reward for the fucking career he didn't get to have, you know, in front of 50,000 people versus Bryan Danielson, his greatest career rival. It'll be an ultimate situation. We'll see, though. We'll see. That's my Owen Hart Cup tournament rant. So we follow that announcement with another segment where the Acclaimed came out, and they were all, we're going to beat the Young Bucks' ass. They called them the Young Cucks. That didn't get censored on Fight TV. Did that get censored in America?
Up here, their microphones kept getting cut off. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it got censored on TBS.
No, like, it wasn't even a censor. It sounded like it just got like an audio dip for that one word. Censored?
Yeah, on TBS, it was just muted.
Yeah, because on Fight TV, you didn't get any dips or anything. They were just talking. He called them the Young Cucks. He called them the Young Cucks a couple times.
Yeah.
So the Young Bucks and Kazuchika gotta come out.
His quote was perfect.
Hey!
He sounds Canadian.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. They're talking. And Billy, they challenged them to a match at Forbidden Door, and I was like, oh fuck, like goddamn it, another match that doesn't have outside entity in Forbidden Door, the pay-per-view where people are supposed to be interpromotional and shit.
Why aren't we there?
Because it's in Long Island and I live here now.
Yeah, we're on the West Coast.
Anyway, they fucking Billy Gunn started saying, he's got friends in high places, as presidents, and I was like, Triple H? he calls Hiroshi Tanahashi. He's like the scissor aces, or the scissor aces born.
So crowd was chanting it.
I thought that was awesome. I thought it was actually really cool. Okada's his long time rival. This is not just random, the Acclaimed have had trouble with Kazuchika Okada and the Young Bucks, so they call in fucking Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's awesome. All.
Yeah.
I wish he wasn't old.
His knees weren't all messed up.
It's fine. It's still a cool moment, and it's a 6-man tag, so everybody else is gonna hold up their end of the deal. And it's the fucking Young Bucks, and the Acclaimed are definitely not bad, especially Anthony Bowens. Yeah, basically, right? This is John Cena and Randy Orton. You get that good old pop, getting to see them face to face one more time. You're not gonna get that very much. I think people in Long Island should get their pictures in and soak in that moment when Kazuchika Okada and fucking Hiroshi Tanahashi come face to face in front of you. Yeah. You lucky motherfuckers.
Stare down the end all stare downs in AEW, boys.
I like that.
Can we talk about as well? Was it just me, or did Max Caster look so jacked tonight?
He actually did. He did look great. He looked great.
He's been working out hard with Billy and Bowens, I feel.
They gotta break this team up already. I think Max Caster and Anthony Bowens need to be feuding or something. Or maybe they shake hands and walk away from each other. I don't know. I prefer that they feud, at least, so that we can give them a month or two of some interpersonal storytelling between them, so people can get invested in both of them when they break up, instead of like one guy being, the guy and the other one dying away. It'd be really cool to see. Personally, I just want to see Anthony Bowens fucking break out, but I don't think Max Caster should be wasted away either. So I'd like to see them really fucking wrestle, damn it.
Which there was also a funny moment there where, since this happened after the promo from, with Matthew and Nicholas, Bowen said something later on. So I was talking about the show with our guest last week, Mama Laraco. Shout out to her. Yeah. I'm sure she's watching right now, so shout out to Mama Laraco. And I was talking to her about, I'm just like, that Anthony Bowens is a star. He's got star written all over him. And immediately after I said that, that's when Bowens grabs the microphone and says, "And Nick, I heard what you said." And I was like, what?
What the fuck? That's scary.
That caught me so off guard.
He turns the TV off and just cries. I'm scared. So like I said, cool segment. We followed that up with my favorite stuff of the night, because I love Mina Shirakawa so much. I discovered her 2 years ago. I didn't discover her. I was watching Stardom, a whole show for the first time, only in 2021. I'm not a hipster. I wasn't watching 10 years ago, unfortunately. I missed out on all the ultra pervert stuff people were into.
It's on YouTube.
But anyway, yeah, she stuck out to me immediately. She stuck out immediately. She had all this charisma, all this aura, and seeing her here in America, dancing with Mariah May on stage, a crowd reacting to it, and looking great. She looked great out here tonight, wrestling wise. I mean, not just beauty wise. She looked great. This was a great match, as good as you're gonna get out of these 6 ladies. Anyway, I think they're all great. I mean, what am I saying? Fucking, it's just Harley that's like, I guess, newish.
I don't understand that whole situation.
What do you mean?
Like Harley, she just seems like she's there.
She is.
I just don't get it. Like, they could do something other than just like, okay.
No, stop. What are you doing? Stop. That means more TV time. Nobody thinks about what they're asking for ever. Like, if you leave them the way they are, they're fine. It's one act, right? It's one segment on television. You're trying to split it up. Like, you're trying to spread it out. Like, what are you doing?
I'll spread it out. Just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
You want them to have more?
Oh, I want more.
No, I don't hate them. I just don't think the stories they tell are the kind of stories I want to see on AEW TV anyway. That's why they were doing them on Rampage. And I was that's fine. Hey, Rampage should have its own stories. And you know what? Put it somewhere I'm not watching. That's actually great.
See, now you're getting it.
I don't have the time to watch Rampage right now. But if they had
John,
it
this is Rampage, baby.
If it had its own stories, maybe I would. So put it over there and develop into something and build to some shit, and we'll see. Anyway, this 6-man though, this was fucking fun. This was great. Max says Tanahashi getting the extra leg room on the way over was pretzel stick knees don't break when he stands up. Jesus Christ.
That was good.
That was great, actually. So I mean about Mariah May did this great bit where she came out with Toni Storm and then ran back and then came out with Mina Shirakawa as well.
They even said that too. It's like, where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
I wanted her. I wish she would have saved that for the pay-per-view. Actually, I was like, damn, that would have been really fucking. If they would have been on opposite sides, she would have done it for both ladies before they fought each other. And I know she's gonna do it anyway, but I'm like kind of sad she wasted it on a Dynamite. They should have just had it.
She'll be revived in time for the pay-per-view.
That's true. She got smoked. After the match, she tried to get them all to love each other and drink some champagne and chill the fuck out. But
0 calorie.
They were Mina Shirakawa wasn't having none of that shit. She tried to knock out Toni Storm. She missed. She takes out Mariah May instead. Toni is furious. What have you done? It was a pretty fucking great segment, I thought. It was really it shows how far Toni Storm and Mariah May have come development wise, where Toni didn't really care about Mariah when it all started, but now she's like, you hurt my child. You knocked my child out.
You hurt her.
And Mina's just like, I'm sorry. She gets the fuck out of there. That was a fucking uncomfortable moment for all this fun stuff, fun kisses and hugs and all the shit that was going on. Mariah May got busted over the head with a damn champagne bottle. That's real shit.
Good shit.
Real champagne, Crimea River.
It's just
Mina's theme is in fact a pop. It is.
I still hate you for bringing that up when you told me about the sample.
It is.
Now I can't hear it.
Kuduro.
No, seriously, I can't hear it now.
And George says it also gives Mariah a reason to choose Toni over Mina at the pay-per-view. Well done. Yeah, that is good booking. You're fucking right. Shit, I didn't even see that part.
She takes neither.
No, well,
chooses herself in the end.
I don't know if we're there yet. I think I don't want her to break up with Toni yet, because like we still have. She's in the Owen Cup right now, Mariah May, and she did it with Toni's blessing. There was no reason to break up yet. The breakup can come, I maybe leading up to the match, probably after. I don't know how I would handle that. I was just envious. I wouldn't want to be the booker. That's a pretty cool thing they're doing. Leading into Wembley, since we're not going to probably have Jamie Hayter. Mariah May is great. She's over as fuck. She's been in the company for a long enough time, telling a long enough story that it actually makes sense to see her in that position. It doesn't feel like she just got slotted in because it feels like we built towards this.
Yeah, exactly. She's a talent people love and respect. And we appreciate, too, that one moment where Toni Storm was, if looks could kill, staring daggers through Mina when Rose Gold was coming down to the ring. And on top of that, I also want to talk about Mariah May. Yes, there it is right there. That is great. But one of the things I was going to mention... Oh, crap. Now, what was I going to mention? Yes, last week in particular. Remember, fellas, I talked about it who's she gonna tag? Who's Mariah May gonna tag in? And they did that. Whoa, those guys.
Whoops! She
joined the elite. I
Elite.
knew it. Oh, she's the wild card in the men's tournament.
Oh, she's winning both fucking Owen Cups. Let's go.
Exactly, double belts Mariah.
But
And notice too, this was an instance where she didn't make the choice. Each one of them tagged her in.
yeah, they both wanted her. They both tried to steal her. That's great shit, man. I'm looking for. George says, "Does Mariah face Tony in Wembley and Mina does Miss Elizabeth, and they make up at the end?"
I mean,
That would be awesome, though. Mariah puts Mina on her shoulders. That's
I mean, she is short enough.
That's awesome.
At first, I thought he was talking about like Mina versus Miss Elizabeth. Like, George, I gotta break something to you, buddy.
Listen.
So, I don't think we're gonna be able to get Miss Elizabeth in time.
She's a little occupied.
There's a couple of reasons why. We'll talk about them after.
She can't go through customs.
Anyway, so yeah, good segment leading to a great match at the pay-per-view. I can't wait to see it. It's got another element to it as well because it's on a Stardom legend versus current Stardom superstar situation. Like Mariah as well, but Tony Storm is a fucking Stardom legend. Like Mina says, because there were people in America that used to talk shit about Tony all the time. She's the worst guy, but you're fucking Americans. They don't make the fucking program for you. Anyway, so then we followed that segment up with the learning tree. Hi guys, I'm just here for the young guy.
That sounded so sus when he said that.
Oh no!
No, that was great. Great reference to
Cody
Learning
Rhodes.
tree.
Cody Rhodes' interview earlier. A lot of people said he was talking about Chris Jericho. I thought more of CM Punk.
I was thinking CM Punk there.
But I know it bothers people to hear that, like, you're gonna be talking about CM Punk. I mean, if I would invite you to watch some old footage of and look back on the way that Cody Rhodes and other people felt about CM Punk in the locker room in WWE, and then compare that with how CM Punk treated some of his very good friends in real life. And it's like, I'm sure they do business together, but I'm sure there are some thoughts. You know, people can have their thoughts and be good professionals. Cody's one of the most professional motherfuckers there is, it looks like. But Jericho comes out and he says the bad apple had his arm broken by Shibata, so they can't do the 6-man tag because they don't have a 6-man, but they're going to get someone through the door, the forbidden door. And Jericho is like, I got this video from him and I haven't watched it. We're going to watch it right now. And I knew immediately. I was like, no, that's not going to turn out very well.
It didn't.
Him. And it didn't. Suzuki answers the video and he's like, the learning tree, what the fuck? Get that stupid shit out of here. What are you talking about? If you're going to call me to put the damn FTW title on the line. Wrestle me. And Jericho's like, what? Bad apple Brian Keith is like, Jericho ain't no goddamn chicken. You know, whatever. What are you talking about? Joe, Shibata, and Hook make their way out and they laugh at him and then it all turns into a brawl and they laugh their way up the ramp. And I came out of this feeling like Suzuki's not coming to the pay-per-view at all. And this was just a funny cameo.
You never know.
I don't know. I mean, remember the last couple of years at Forbidden Door, Jericho and Suzuki were teammates. So I won't lie, I was kind of caught off guard by that a little, and especially too because they drew me out of my original suspicions that like Jericho's gonna get screwed over because I thought that the promo video had actually like was frozen and they couldn't play it on screen.
No, man. I would like you said. Suzuki and Jericho have been involved in all the Forbidden Doors so far. So if they would have finally had a match against each other this year, that would have been really cool. But it didn't seem like Jericho accepted his challenge, and we'll see though. And they didn't tweet a graphic. Speaking of graphics, they did tweet out a graphic after Dynamite, and I was like, why did they tweet it after Dynamite? to announce a match at Forbidden Door, and it's like a pretty big deal. Stardom wise, if you're into Stardom, they announced Willow Nightingale has chosen a partner to team up with her at Forbidden Door against Chris Statlander, and she's gonna be teaming with Tom Nakano.
Hey.
And Chris Statlander is gonna be teaming with Momo Watanabe. What the fuck? That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. And it got announced on Twitter and for 0 Hour. And I'm like, God damn you. Tony Khan will pay for his crimes.
Watch it be a really good match.
It is going to be a really good match. So, yeah. Following that, we got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kyle O'Reilly. Zack Sabre Jr. gets the win after a very fun technical television match. Kyle O'Reilly taps out very fast, so he didn't want to break his arm, is the story. And then Roderick Strong, who was sitting, he was sitting with fucking Gabe Kidd, and I didn't understand what they were trying to say, like the story they were trying to tell. They were there, and they started arguing, and I don't know why they were arguing. And I think they were arguing because Roderick Strong cared about Kyle O'Reilly,
maybe,
and Gabe is like, what the fuck? Like, what is this?
He's jealous.
After the match, Roderick Strong... Well, they announced that Roddy and Gabe would be teaming with each other against the Infantry on Rampage. And then after the match, Roddy runs in and he checks on Kyle, and fucking Zack Sabre Jr. yanks Orange Cassidy by the neck. They're like face to face. TMDK fucking shows up. Ishii shows up. He sided with Cassidy. Roderick is still with fucking Kyle O'Reilly in the corner. Gabe Kidd is on the apron. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that made no sense all match.
I didn't know.
We appreciate too. They didn't even really call attention to Gabe Kidd. They're just like, oh yeah, Gabe Kidd sitting next to Roddy there.
Yeah, there he goes.
They're really salty. He didn't sign, I guess. He went back. He stood with New Japan. I don't know. It was dumb. This was very nonsensical. But yeah, he's here, and I guess they'll follow up on it on Friday and then Saturday on Collision.
Was it just me, or did it seem like what's his name? Robbie Eagles kind of like went into business for himself there and kind of pushed Orange when he wasn't supposed to?
I missed that.
Because then you kind of started seeing like Sabre Jr. kind of getting caught off guard by that and be like, oh no.
Oh yes, I remember that.
And Orange is like, really? You're gonna do that to me?
He's like, what the fuck? I missed that. I gotta watch that back.
It was like right towards the end, right before they were starting to walk off.
It was like a split second that he did it for.
I love that damn theme song.
The TMDK theme?
Yeah.
Oh, we just lost John again.
Okay.
Again, I think it's actually the first time we lost him this episode.
Yeah, that's weird. Good though.
Yeah, that was my bad. I'm here though. I'm alive. Anyway, that clusterfuck led us to our main event, and we talked about that at the top of the show. So tonight, gentlemen, I want to ask you, what did you think was your match of the night? I don't have a graphic. I deleted it by accident.
Oh no! I was gonna say, do we have any of those captions? Oh no, we don't.
Anyway, what did you think was your match of the night, Nick?
What would it be brought to us by, John?
Match of the night would be brought to us by the Cold Case Project. No. Well, that's actually segment of the night, but you know what? Fuck it. The Cold Case Project is bringing us match of the night too.
Cold Case Project, a channel that focuses on all kinds of disappearances, murders, and other cold cases. You like true crime, 30 minutes, 2-hour-long videos? Go check it out. My brother Tony runs it. I'm a part of it too. Great stuff for you true crime lovers out there. Match of the night. I'm gonna say something a little controversial yet very.
Wait, what? Stop the music.
Not to be that guy, fellas. I'm gonna say one of the matches that I had a lot of fun with tonight. Again, just because it was carnage, it was chaos, and it's what I was seeking from the Go Home show. I'm talking BCC versus LIJ.
Oh. That's
not controversial at all.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a great match.
Lots of great names in there. It was probably the most fun I had with the matches for tonight.
Faction versus faction.
Exactly.
He's not wrong, actually.
History.
I love it. I agree, sir.
It's a three-way tie, honestly. For what?
Ooh, unanimous choice. That's rare here.
What? That's crazy.
The women's match was cool, but if you wanted action, yeah, BCC for LIJ.
Actually, for me, when it comes to the women's 6-man tag, I'm gonna give that post-match my segment of the night. For me, that was my favorite segment of the night. Just that this feud had been so fun up until this moment. There had been a lot of kisses and hugs and titties and making out and
More
shoes and drinking and shimmying, and then it finally gets really serious and it gets sad. Like, I can't believe this happened. You fucking knocked out this innocent Mariah May who's just trying to love both of you all this time. And then Mina kind of peels off, like she's trying to see her, but then she kind of gets the fuck out of there. She's screaming about championships and shit. So it's going to be sad to see them finally actually break up because they hadn't. When Mariah left Japan, they were still friends. They hugged. They lost the tag titles. Not tag titles. They're called was it World of Stardom? No, fuck. That's the artist. Shit. Anyway. Lose 18 viewers. Sorry.
Damn it.
Anyway, yeah, they didn't break up, so this would be like the end of their story.
Just check their Twitter. Did they break up? Check Twitter.
It's fucking sad.
I wish we had the ability to zoom in there. Tony Storm's face is brilliant.
Fuck. Jesus is right. Jesus is right. Actually, that was great. Why don't I have a video of that? Kyle O'Reilly.
Mark was going off. It was great.
Stealing Briscoe's gimmick and then Briscoe taking it right back.
Briscoe makes no sense, but it's great.
He cut an excellent promo though.
Oh, agreed.
You fucking scallywag. He said, what did he say about Zack Sabre Sr.?
We'll be able to recognize him after he beats him.
My boy.
The absolute most personality and emotion we've gotten from O'Reilly his whole AEW run.
I love it.
It's so good though.
This is the kind of thing that's gonna make him get back on TV in a significant way. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Kyle's got that extra layer." That's what always happens with him. He ends up, and he was kind of letting it shine when he first got here, and then because he got injured, he fell back down, and now he's like, it's happening again. They're putting him in these great technical matches, and he's taking losses, but then he gets an opportunity to show his personality, and everyone's like, oh shit, Kyle O'Reilly's fucking great. I'm always gonna think about sleazy Kyle from PWG randomly just manifesting himself under what everybody thought Kyle O'Reilly was. All of a sudden, this fucking goofball who can have fun and dance and play around and cut a great promo exists. And Kyle O'Reilly always shows that when given an opportunity. Give it a year. Give it 1 year. I promise you he'll be in the upper mid card at the very least.
Okay, see you in a year.
But yeah, man. Agreed with Jesus down there. Segment of the night. And fuck you. I am not washed, Jesus. You're a fucking piece of shit. Anyway, so that brings us to our Jobber of the Night, brought to you by NordVPN. You can get 72% off of a year's worth of Nord if you go to Dirt Sheet Radio. If you just go to comicbookclick.com, period. Scroll all the way down to the bottom there and click that NordVPN banner. Baby, protect yourself. Order AEW pay-per-views on the cheap. Maybe watch some porn. I don't know, whatever you do with fucking NordVPN. It's your choice. It's a VPN. That's the point of it.
Exactly. You gotta do what you need to do. Secure your connection, passwords, and your files with NordVPN. Buy a bundle. You can save over 70% off. Why would you want to do that?
Nothing illegal though. I know as much people think like I'm protected with a VPN. Like you ain't that protected, dog. Don't fucking don't
get too silly now.
Don't get too silly. Jobber of the night. Nick, what's your jobber of the night?
Oh man, this is a tough show to pick a jobber of the night because I will say while I might have critiqued a lot of tonight's show, a lot of the wrestlers came out win, lose, or draw looking great in the end. So I did really appreciate that. What I'm going to say, I'll go with 2 picks in the sense that one of them doesn't technically count.
Controversial.
The controversial pick I'm going to say is poor Jeff Jarrett, because he's going to lose that match. And the one guy, one of only a handful of guys that has an actual connection to Owen Hart is going to get destroyed in the tournament. And that's going to make me very sad. Unless it's good old Landon, then there's probably a shot.
That would be hilarious, but I would be very angry. What the
it's
fuck?
Landon, and then Hangman comes out.
Okay, I'll take that.
But then my choice for someone that actually lost a match, it pains me to say this, but I will probably have to say Fenix, because he's a fantastic wrestler, one of the best. Had a great match. Another fantastic bout for tonight was the versatile Jay White taking on the high-flying Fenix.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, he just kind of came off as an afterthought, because then it was all about the Bang Bang Gang, and then it became about the patriarchy, and Phoenix just kind of there.
So Caesar, my friend, what did you think? Jobber of your night.
I'm kind of the same boat as Nick on this one, because, okay, so I have an actual jobber and then another kind of jobber. So let me put this, okay, hold on. Gotta get serious for 30 seconds here. I know. It's the first on this show, right? So, on my end, whoa, we're getting fancy.
We could do that?
You guys can.
That's actually pretty crazy.
So, on my end of the world in Canada, when the match for Sabre and Ospreay, oh my god, Sabre and O'Reilly came up, half the match was in picture-in-picture. So that sucked horribly. So I saw the match on a small screen for most of it, and then the rest of it at certain times was in full screen. But my actual jobber, Jesus kind of beat me to it, but is Jericho, for thinking Suzuki's gonna back him, and now he's like, I don't want to deal with your stupid learning tree bullshit. So sorry there, Jericho. You're gonna get murder grandpa'd. Viciously too. I'll come to the funeral.
That's actually really funny.
I'll come to the funeral.
I don't know if I was trying to think of one the whole time you guys were talking, but you had such good reasons for the ones that you picked, and I don't have any real reasons for the jobber of the night. So I guess the jobber of the night will be Tony Khan for kind of not putting the pedal to the metal on this episode of AEW Dynamite, going home to Forbidden Door, a show which already gets scrutiny for you already get fucking scrutinized for anything and everything. Why not put all of your motherfucking ass into it? George says MJF because Will Ospreay bitched his ass earlier. It's that's a nice gift, but check this out, kid. That's fucking up Christmas.
This is literally everyone is in together okay, we got a $20 limit on our presents, and it's The Office where Michael gets someone an iPod.
You son of a bitch. That's really good.
I can't believe Will Ospreay just ruined Christmas.
You fucking asshole. Megastar of the night, powered by comicbookclick.com. Folks, Megastar of the night for me tonight. It's gonna be I've got a lot of choices actually. I wanted to go with Daniel Garcia because he opened that damn episode of Dynamite with that beautiful hometown boy promo. He was loved, his mother was there, he got to be the belle of the ball. They were both kind of going after him in front of his mom. That's the biggest thing, in front of all his friends. That's very cool moment. Oh shit, Jesus says Tony Khan's the jobber as well for not giving us a CMLL versus AEW versus New Japan triple threat at Forbidden Door. That's a goddamn good point. We had the first Forbidden Door with 4 promotions on it, and we don't get a triple threat with the 3-way interpromotional politics. That's what it would have been. Political. Anyway, yeah, back to the Megastar. Caesar?
Because I know I won't be able to say this too often because he's not too prominent on this side of the world. Oh shit, I'm kind of stuck between 2 people. No,
but you had a good reason.
Yeah, I have actual reason. Megastars Anna Jay. No, honestly, if this happens at Forbidden Door, I'll be excited. But if not, it'd be just cool to hear him like smack the shit of him sometime. Minoru Suzuki. I want to see that go down. I want to see him stomp a hole in Chris Jericho. Final answer.
Oh, imagine the crossover. Remember, he is a part of Contra now in MLW.
Oh shit, that's right. That's absolutely right. He's
The
freelance,
Contra
dude. That's the interesting thing about this. Like, they're calling on him, right? But technically, he's not New Japan anymore. He's a freelance wrestler.
He's Minoru
so
Suzuki.
He's just Minoru Suzuki. But I do want to see him fight Jericho. And I know some people are like, they're both old or whatever the fuck. Man, they had the last match they had was the one where Jericho got his chest busted open, right? He was bleeding from the chops. Is that on Dynamite? And that was really good. That was a good story. I think he bladed his chest, first of all, which is
that's a risk.
Madman, because he was gushing. I was like, hey, no way, that's crazy. But I'd like to see that again. Anyway, I get back.
It'll
to
probably never happen. But now that I brought up Contra versus the Learning Tree group, why do I love the idea of like Mads Kruger versus Big Bill?
I like Big Bill. I think Big Bill needs a better opportunity to shine. It's a damn shame he couldn't feud with Ricky Starks for a couple weeks. That would have been fun. Anyway, don't know why that didn't happen. Fucking Mick, who's your megastar?
Yo, I will happily say my megastar of the night was a guy who just exhibited pure aura, especially at the very end. The world champion Swerve frickin' Strickland. And hopefully I can still say he's the world champion, but if not, I'm glad that I can say for one more time that the AEW World Heavyweight Champion Swerve Strickland
ain't no way.
My megastar.
Ain't no way. Swerve cannot lose on Sunday. On Sunday. Tony Hayes says, how many podcasts are there? Where's the one hit?
The answer is yes.
Well, it's Screech. Those are our lovely WWE hosts. You'll catch them on all WWE programming. You maybe sometimes on AEW pay-per-views, depending on whether they have the time and the access.
I never do.
I know CJ doesn't really have access to AEW as much as he wants to, for probably the same reason why you have problems up there watching it whenever you do. I heard there's like one of the carriers really sucks, and sometimes they don't even air the episode of Dynamite. Like, it's fucking weird.
In Canada?
Yeah. One of my other friends told me the same. My friend Jocelyn, he tells me, is it TSN or I don't know where the fuck they air it at. I'm sorry.
Yeah, TSN.
Anyway, he said there's times where we'll tune in to watch Dynamite and they're just not fucking giving it with no warning and like no preemption.
There is like 4 different versions of it on my provider, and one of them has AEW and one has like other sports going on. So
that's fucked up. But could you imagine as a child? I can't wait to watch Dynamite. And there's fucking like soccer or football.
You thought?
I'm crying.
You like basketball?
Jesus. We will have Dirt Sheet Radio tonight. We're gonna just. I was gonna just share screen the fucking computer and we're just gonna scroll Dirt Sheet Radio and talk about the news as we find it.
That's kind of fun. I dig that.
Right? That's fun. I think that's what we're gonna do tonight.
I'm down. Let's do it.
We're gonna do that later tonight, about an hour after this show is over.
This will be Nick's last appearance for over a week too, because then someone's gonna be going on vacation.
No more neat content. Sorry, Mac. George says,
hey, there will be neat content, but get ready because it's going to be live from Anime Midwest next weekend.
That's right, Nick. In person at Anime Midwest, representing Dirt Sheet Radio. You got to get a graphic done. We got to throw a graphic up all week long on every show next week. Nick at Anime Midwest, like you with a fucking knapsack over your shoulder and like a furry cosplay.
Just like so.
George says, what wrestler has the biggest hurdle in front of them at Forbidden Door?
Marcus Stunt.
You know what? As weird as it sounds, MJF is going to have the biggest hurdle because the match that he had built-in heat for, they couldn't do it the pay-per-view, so they did it last week on TV. So now this Hechiseto match doesn't have much heat. So they're gonna go in there a little cold. So they're gonna have to have an excellent wrestling match, and I think that they will, because MJF's a fucking great wrestler, and Hechiseto is just like credible. This guy he keeps doing all this shit I've never seen before.
He is unique.
I am like, I want to see more of him, even after this Forbidden Door season's over. But yeah, I think MJF. What about you guys? Did you have like a different answer? What did you think at Forbidden Door?
You know what? I'm just gonna pull up that Forbidden Door card right now.
I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to think about that.
I understand.
Yeah, that's just it. I think because some of the issues is the fact that there's so many wrestlers that they have brought up that you really haven't featured too much. So unless you yourself are doing the extra bit of research, or you've maybe seen more than just one AEW featured match, you're gonna kind of have a little bit of a rough time. Yeah, I'm thinking like Stephanie McClure. A lot of people aren't really familiar with her, and they haven't shown much about her apart from just promo video.
He's got a good point. They're gonna have to have a great match too. It's one of those things. I think that they will. I enjoyed the match that Mercedes had with the other luchador lady, whose name I forgot. The Puerto Rican lady. Zuxis. That's a good name. Yeah, nice.
You had a different name for her in the chat.
No.
That's what I was gonna say. No, you know.
Ooh, okay, I have another choice. Momo and Tom, since they only just announced it after the show.
I know, right? You just gotta hope that the people at Forbidden Door know the Stardom girls. That fucking sucks.
Which Ring of Honor show were they on that we watched? Was it Final Battle? Or
Final Battle? They had the six-woman Stardom showcase match. That was fucking excellent.
Yeah,
those ROH shows are so good in a vacuum. Like those pay-per-views are so fun. I really like them for all the trouble that people have with Ring of Honor Weekly. I say it all the time, like, join the club. I was there for 20 years. Thank you. but yeah, that's pretty much AEW Dynamite tonight in a nutshell. We'll be back in about an hour. About
scrolling through the news this week. We're gonna talk about all the good shit. I think on the top of my head, we got the Ricky Stark story. We get to talk about what else is going on. Shane McMahon and Tony Khan and AEW. Shane EW.
Oh god, I saw that too.
Best in the World tournament coming soon. That's right. Women taking over Collision this week. We are getting 3 matches. That'll be great.
Sheeta's back.
That match is gonna be sick. That's fucking great. But yes, that's AEW Dynamite tonight. Thanks, guys, for joining us. I love you all. But this isn't the only day you can catch us. Tony Hayes was asking, how many podcasts do we have? Well, I'll answer that for you right now with pictures. We're here on Monday after WWE Raw. Tuesday after SmackDown. Where's this comment? Yeah, thank you. Tuesday after NXT. Wednesday, as you see, after Dynamite. After Wednesdays, we get the flagship, me, Nick, Greg, the Dershi Radio newscasts in the middle of the night, and you can watch it live in the middle of the night or on demand on Thursday mornings on the way to work. That's the way I like to watch it. I watch over my own shows. Anyway, back to the podcast. Thursday after TNA Impact and Friday after WWE SmackDown. We also have podcasts after every single pay-per-view event. And the brand new NXT Level Up Adventure Sunday mornings. That won't be live, but it will be great content. So check it out. We're all over. Damn it.
Literally.
Dershi Radio, we're always on. I can't remember who came up with that. I think it was George. Thank you. Good man. Dollar Tree McFoley. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Tyler and CJ are on all WWE programs. CJ you can find on Monday. CJ you can find on Monday and Tuesday and Friday. Tyler you can find on Monday and Tuesday. And of course, together you can find them on CJ and Tyler's Level Up Adventure every Sunday.
Hey.
So
no, they stole the name for our gaming show.
Damn it. Level Up Adventure. I was going to use that for the Fleshlight stream.
Oh man! All right, that's how we're ending this.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for